Selamat siang.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm so glad to see everyone here. I'm so glad. Just now I saw Miss Jessica walking up the stairs, right? She was so energetic and so happy, and that actually made me very happy as well. Yeah. Are we all great? Can we be a bit more energetic? Do we not need to stand up? Let's just stand up really quickly before we start. Stand up, stand up, stand up. All stand up. Okay. I'd like us to do just a bit of stretching. Stretch your arms. Stretch. You feel the stretch? Reach towards the sky. Really reach. Yeah, good. Okay, now everyone can be as excited as Jessica is. That's good. Please take a seat. Take a seat. I'd like to do this, maybe before we start. Today we have the privilege of having actually a very distinguished gentleman here with us today. Dr. John has been a friend of ours for many years. He's been a friend of Dr. Ichthus Pd for over 20 years. And he's probably most known in Singapore for being a conflict management guru. Not a conflict resolution guru, conflict management guru. This morning he spoke to our parents, some of the parents from the West and some from the South of parenting their emotional connection. And so today here he has a teaching on this conflict management. I've learned a lot from him. He has a couple of really good books, and he's just a very good friend of ours. So we just want to welcome, please give a warm welcome to Dr. John.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Maybe before we start, let me pray for all.
Yes, please, yeah.
Father, Lord, I just want to thank you once again, Lord, for your grace and your mercy, Lord. We all know we're broken, we're sinners, you've given us that grace and redemption. Just like you come, Lord, for that. And today, Father, as we hear from Dr. John, Lord, pray, Lord, that the Holy Spirit will come down and just fill each and every one of us with just one seed, or two seeds, something, or help us take something away from this discussion, this conversation with Dr. John, that will change our lives, that will help us manage a problem in our family, maybe, or maybe professionally, or maybe there's something that we're not happy with our colleague. Father, I just pray, Lord, that transformation will occur in our hearts today in this hall. We believe that you are Lord over everything, Lord, and I pray that you will touch each and every one of our hearts today. Please soften our hearts, soften our minds, give us focus after a long day, that we can hear your word and we can hear your wisdom coming through, Lord, from our good friend Dr. John.
Amen. A very good afternoon to all of you. I want to continue to invite the last two rows to come to the front. The last two rows to come to the front. As I mentioned, it's because I always direct the question to the people behind. The people in front are the most enthusiastic learners. That's why they are all in front. The people behind, they'll be very agreeable with me when I speak, because they'll be, nodding their head, and and I want to engage you. From a communication perspective, I believe that the closer we are, the more engaged we become. I have only one goal when I do training in the afternoon, like 2 to 4, and the goal is to keep you awake by hook or by crook. So I may come next to you and shout at you, or I can gently ask you and nudge you. So I'm going to make sure that you are awake from 2 to 4, right? This is the midnight hour of training. The midnight hour of training. And you should be sleeping instead of listening to this guy. So I hope to engage you as much as possible. Let me start off by telling you why I'm very passionate about peacemaking. This morning I shared with the people, I'm very passionate about life. I'm very passionate about life because if life is worth living, it must live with passion. And I mentioned this morning, you know, there are many people who are what I call the TGIF people, the TGIF colleagues. What is TGIF?
It's Friday.
It looks like you have gone to that restaurant. Huh? Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. You know, and today is Friday. And I see people all smiling today. Very good. They are waiting to look excited for the weekend, right? But also, it's thank God it's 5 o'clock. You know, everybody, people come to work every day waiting for 5 o'clock to happen. And then you come at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, you go to the pantry, eat for half an hour. Then after that, 11:30, you plan with your friends where to go for makan, you know, where to go to the Sudanese restaurant or go to what to eat. At 12 o'clock sharp, you go for lunch, you have 2 hours lunch. And then after 3 o'clock, you go to the pantry again, 3:30, and 4:30, you're packing already. At 5 o'clock sharp, you disappear. I think if life is worth living, it should be TGIM. What is TGIM? Yeah, you see, thank God it's Monday. Every Monday you come to, oh, wow, this is an amazing day. Thank God it's Monday. So that's what life is about. So I'm very passionate about marriage. If we can have great marriage, life is worth living. You know, you are happy to be at home. Of course, meaning you fight a lot, but you are also very happy to be fighting and growing. And then you are passionate about family. But the other thing that I'm very passionate about is peacemaking. So I've written a book called Smiling Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I want to tell you the genesis of this book. How I came to do this book is because when I first graduated from Northwestern University, I did my PhD interpersonal communication, and my focus is on conflict. And I will tell you, I've read almost all the books on conflict management, and I was very excited. In fact, I went to, I learned about mediation, and when I came back from USA, the subordinate court wanted to start the mediation movement, and I helped train many mediators in Singapore. I was very excited. And then Pak Yusof Abianto, who was the time the commissioner of Bank Danamon, said, hey John, can you come over to Indonesia and teach us about conflict? Oh, I was very excited. I wanted to, you know, because I'm supposed to be the expert in conflict, you know. And when I came to Indonesia, I talked to the Bank Danamon people. They tell me, in Indonesia, we have no conflict. Wow, I said, very good. No wonder you're smiling all the time. You're so happy, you have no conflict. I said, what do you mean by no conflict? You see, in Indonesia, very easy to deal with conflict. If I disagree with you, I avoid conflict, I don't come to work. I skip the meeting because I dare not meet my boss, you know. So I pretend to be sick, so I have no conflict. So I avoid conflict. Or the other way I handle conflict is just give in, no? Whatever you tell me, you give in. Oh, I said, there, no conflict. I avoid conflict. Or whatever you say, you're the boss, you're the bapa. I realize bapa in the organization is really the father, you know. He tells you, you just do whatever the father tells you. You don't argue anymore. Oh, I said, wow, very good. So how to teach people about conflict when they have no conflict? How? You have no conflict, so why are you here? So that was the beginning of my journey to understand, and I'll tell you how most Asians deal with conflict. But since we are all Christians, I will tell you another motivation why I'm very passionate about conflict management and peacemaking. Matthew chapter 5 verse 9. Matthew chapter 5 verse 9 reads, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Wow, very good, are you? Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Listen, my friend, I'm so glad you are here, because you're not here because Jonathan asked you to come. You are here because you want to be a peacemaker. And listen, my friend, you and I, if you are believers, you're Christian, you and I are most like God when we make peace. Think about it. Let me ask you, how many of you are married? Raise your hand. How many? Sudah kahwin lah. Married. How many? Oh, you are married. You don't want to be married. Okay, you are married. How many of you have children? How many of you have children? Okay. All right. Now, let me tell you this. What makes a father or mother most happy when you have more than 2 children? I'm most happy when my son and my daughter, I've got 3 children, when they begin to share, when they are kind to each other, they say nice words to each other, they share their toys with each other, they play games together. I'm most happy. That moment is called a miracle. Because most of the time, they fight. Echo a little bit softer. So, yeah, not too echoey, right? Then you think that I'm, wow, woo. So, blessed, we're most happy when our children are very nice to each other. But there's a miracle, because normally they fight. They say most unkind things. And they are the worst. They become the worst animals ever, right? Correct. So, God is most happy when we make peace. But it's so difficult to make peace, right? Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." In other words, God is also the ultimate peacemaker. Am I right? While you were yet sinners, while you were rebelling against God, while you you run away from God, you are cursing God, but God, what does God do? He comes and chases after you. He comes to redeem you. He comes to save you. God is the ultimate peacemaker. While you were yet sinners, enemies of God, God comes to you. And when God comes to you, the first thing He does is He brings peace into your life. And then when He brings to your life, He wants you to bring peace to the life of people that you come into contact with. Your spouses, your family, your colleagues, your students. You see, God is the ultimate peacemaker. That's why He said, when you make peace, you're most like God. You are exactly what God wants in your life. So peacemaking, by the way, is not an option. Peacemaking is to review that you are most like God. John chapter 13 verses 34 to 35. Do you know what John 13, 34, 35 is? A new commandment that I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you. By this shall all men and women know that you belong to me. Now, John chapter 13 is a very interesting chapter. John chapter 13 is the last week of Jesus' life. Can you imagine Jesus is dying? How do the people know that the disciples belong to Jesus? How do they know that the disciples belong to Jesus? You know, the Jews say, "Oh, you belong to Jesus because you spend time with Jesus. For 3 years they walk with him, they went fishing with him, they do things together, they do miracles together with him." They say, "Oh, you must be with Jesus because you spend time with him," right? So people know that the disciples belong to Jesus by the time and their relationship with him. Correct? Bisa? Everybody bisa? Not your head? Correct not? But Jesus is going to die. Think about it. He's going to die. How do the people know that the disciples belong to Jesus? Jesus is dying. Because in the past, "Oh, you spend time with Jesus." Yeah, Jesus is right. Now Jesus is dying. So how do people know? What did Jesus say? "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I love you." If you love one another as Jesus loves you, John 13:35, by this, by your love for one another, that the world will know you belong to me. You understand what Jesus is saying? How will the world outside Ichthus school, how will they know, your students who do not know Jesus, how will they know that you belong to Jesus? It's not by how many times you go to church, it's not by how many mission trips you go, it's not by how many prayer meetings you go to, by what? Your love for one another. Now you know why many people do not know Jesus. Correct? Because, hey, you say you know Jesus, but you're also fighting with one another. You're no different. Hey, you say you know Jesus, you don't love one another as I love you. Then they say, in Singapore, for example, we have 1 out of 3 marriages ends in divorce. 1 out of 3 ends in divorce. The number 2 highest religion that has the most divorce rate is Christian. One out of 3 ends in divorce. Christian ranks number 2. You're no different. You got married, non-believer also picture. You Christian also picture. Is it picture? Correct? No picture. Broken. Is it? Pecah. Okay, whatever. But you understand what I mean, right? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, what I'm trying to tell you, my friend, is that peacemaking, loving one another, peacemaking is about your child, your identity with Jesus. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. You and I are most like God when you seek peace and make peace. Now, it doesn't mean everything is good, because Jesus also loved, right? But there are many people still reject him, correct? But our role is to seek peace. But some people, they don't want peace. Correct? We must love one another as Jesus loves me. And that's why I'm committed to peacemaking. That's why I'm committed to help marriage be strong, help family be strong, because especially Christian family and marriages are strong, then the world will know that you are truly Jesus' disciples. Or else it's just a sham. Now you know why I'm so passionate. Why I give my life to peacemaking. Why I'm talking to marriages, parents, children, because I believe it. But it's not easy, right? I'll tell you my story. I told you, I study conflict, I read all the books, I teach parents about peacemaking, I want to do mediation movement. So people say I'm the conflict expert. Just now Jonathan said I'm the conflict expert. But I'm an expert outside, but a novice or an amateur inside my home. Imagine, my 3 children, wow, very happy. But it was very difficult to have peace at home. Yeah? I also cannot make peace. So how? It was so bad. Can you imagine me? I teach parenting. I help marriage couple make peace. But at home, no peace. So, I come to you as a fellow struggler, as a peacemaker, as a lover of Jesus. It was so bad. Can you imagine? Think of it, I'm the expert. It was so bad, I had to see a psychiatrist. What's wrong? John, you know everything about communication. You know about emotional engagement, but how? Wow, big struggle. It came to a point. Peter the fisherman, fishing all night, caught nothing. I'm like, work so hard to make peace. I got no peace at home. I have to see a psychiatrist. That was 16 years ago. And I want to tell you my story. Not how great John Ng is, how terrible John Ng is in conflict management, and how I have to recover, because we all have conflict, but the most important thing is you must recover, because if you don't recover, you will eat you up and kill you. So I went to see a psychiatrist. This is true. If you read my book, and then afterwards I'll show you a picture that the psychiatrist will show me, because the psychiatrist taught me something about the brain. You see, I study conflict from the conflict communication relationship, but today I want to share with you about the brain, an integrated approach on conflict, and how it helped me so much. Okay, so let's talk about 4 key perspectives. By the way, later on I will show you, if you want to know about conflict, I have these under Next Leaders courses. There are 6 courses that I've created on conflict. First, why Asians avoid conflict, which I will spend time today. Why do Asians avoid conflict, right? Today, Bang Danamon, no conflict. Indonesians also no conflict, okay? And then secondly, I want to talk to you about basically how do you prevent, not today in my course, how do you prevent conflict from escalating? And I will show you why conflict escalates. And I will talk about the 5 great insights in this book, about 5 things you must know about conflict. And then your own conflict toxic style, because we are toxic. And we fight all the time. We love to fight. We like to criticize. We like to attack people. We have to assess this. And then, most important, how to transform conflict into opportunity. So this is where we are. So let's start with this dinner for two. Now, as you are watching this video, I'm going to divide all of you into 3 groups. Okay? So this whole group, remember I told you, you sit here, sure kena question one. Okay, so you ask for it, right? All these sit together. I want you to answer the question, what can we learn about conflict from this short video clip? What can you learn about conflict? Okay? Bisa? So this group from here, all the 4th row onwards. Okay? And here also, all the 4th row onwards. Because you sit here, I told you must answer. Why do conflict? Okay, you think about it. Then this group will answer the question, what will happen? I think after I show you the question, what will happen if you don't manage conflict effectively? Okay? Second group, what will happen right now? What will happen if you don't manage conflict effectively? And these 2 rows, or these 3 rows now, will answer the question, if you are the mediator, how do you manage conflict between 2 parties? Bisa? So, all the 4th row, what can we learn about conflict? So, tengok itu gambar, the movie, the video, and answer the question. This one, what happens if you don't manage conflict properly? And this one, first 3 rows, will talk about mediation. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's watch. Can we turn off the lights? Yeah. Not so dark, a bit light. Okay, 5 minutes among your small team. Just turn around your pair. Just okay. You're number one. Number one. What can you learn? Just talk to each other. Just pair up and talk. This one. Okay. Pair up among yourself. You're also number one. Number one. What can we learn about conflict? Just share, and then just share about what happened if you. What do you learn? What can you learn about conflict? Just share. They can share. What did you learn? Okay, one more minute, one more minute. Yeah. Got a microphone. I can, if you need a microphone, just in case, microphone over there. Saved by the Bell. Okay, this is what I call my magic chime. When I ring the bell, suddenly everybody is quiet. They start to look at me. This is a very good parenting tool. And also very good for teacher. You ring the bell, wow, everybody, student. Where to buy this, I know. So you're not interested in my lesson, you're not going. You see, there's a trouble with students. They are distracted, right? All thinking, right? Okay, let me ask you, let's start from the back, the smart ones. Let's give me 3 lessons we can learn from about conflict. Yeah, you can speak in Bahasa or English. English, okay?
Me no English.
No English. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, the key lessons that we can learn about conflict, number one, like those 2 chameleons do not want to, how can I say, like they back down.
They don't want to back down,
Yeah.
right? They want the insect, they don't want to back down.
And it took them to have to see 2 crocodiles before to realize that they can actually do something else to find a better solution to the conflict that they have. And one thing that we noticed interesting is actually why would they fight over one fly where there are so many flies around, right?
Exactly why?
Right. So, yes, exactly.
Why
Miss
are they
many
fighting? There are so
opportunities.
many flies. Why they fight over one fly?
Yeah, that.
Sorry? They focus on that one fly, the conflict. They forget about other things already, right? Isn't happen when you are conflict? That's what happened. Okay, what else?
They don't notice that there was a dangers because the conflict will be bigger and
Oh, they are
bigger.
so focused on the conflict. Not only did they realize there are other flies, they don't even worry about the danger. Correct? Any other? How about this? Those are my answers. Ada apa lagi? Boleh?
Yeah, when conflict keeps escalating, it affects everyone around them as well. It's not just them.
Correct. Does this happen at home? When you keep conflict escalating, it affects married couple, the children, the extended family, the in-laws, the outlaws, the relatives. Right, the whole community also know, your whole neighborhood also know, right? It affects everybody. Okay, how about from this group? The smart people on the last row. Ibu, come. What else can you learn?
No, don't.
It's okay, don't be shy. There's no right or wrong. Come on. Yes, please, thank you.
From what we watched, we agreed that conflicts bring no benefits to any parties.
Okay, do you hear what he said? You never pay attention. The first lesson about conflict is learn to listen. Okay, I talk again.
Yeah, so
By the way, this is what I do in mediation. Because you talk, the other person don't care, they don't listen. So I say, hey, please listen to her. That's what I do as a mediator, right? Okay. Yeah, now everybody listen to you. Very good.
we think that conflicts bring no benefits to any parties, to both parties.
Yeah, no benefit to people, right? It is a lose-lose situation. When they want the win-win, they become lose-lose.
Yes, it's a losing game.
No win game. Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's all lose game. What else? Anything else? From this side, any other insight? Okay, let me ask you. Why they are so focused on that one insect. Yes. Pride and ego. Okay. First lesson I want you to learn about conflict is this. Remember I tell you my story? How, if husband and wife fight, I can say, hey, listen, don't be so angry, you know, yeah, right? But why is it that when I fight with my son, I cannot listen? I'll tell you one reason. And I want to write it down somewhere in your brain or right now. The more, listen, this is a very technical thing, the more ego involved you are in the conflict, the more emotional you get and the more you want to fight to win. Lagi satu kali, I know this all, you're all sleeping, you don't know what I'm talking about. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Don't know. Tak bisa. I'll say it one more time to you. The more, that's why I want to keep people awake, right? Because she was sleeping, that's why I got to take her. No, I'm just kidding. The more ego involved you are in a conflict, the more emotional you become. And the more you want to win. And you want to fight. Bisa kah? It's easy to tell two parties, listen, you know, be nice to each other. But when you are involved in the conflict, you are fighting with your son, we are fighting with your husband, the more ego involved, the more evolved you are, the more emotional you become, correct? And the more emotional you become, the more you want to win and you don't want to lose. This is called the Singapore Kiasu spirit. You want to win, you don't want to lose. Okay. Lesson number 1, please write down. Because the question is, how do you get yourself to become less ego involved? Correct? Two teachers fighting, you can tell two teachers, hey, you are pregnant, don't fight. But when you are fighting yourself, wow, how to get out? That's the question. Lesson number 2. The greatest challenge in conflict management is emotions of fear and anger. You see, now you're very nice to me. You listen, you smile. You're not angry with me. The most difficult piece of conflict management is your emotions. The emotion of fear when you're scared, you want to fight. When you're angry, you want to fight. You see, when I was very angry with my son, because my son wants to play Game Boy, you know, so many times I told him, you must stop playing Game Boy. You are neglecting your study. I told you so many times. You know what I did? I took the Game Boy. I said, come here, son. Angry, right? Now I want you to bring a hammer. I want you to hammer this Game Boy and break it, because the Game Boy has become your God. I quote scripture. There's only one God, God, not Game Boy. Now take your sword and hit. I was so angry. I was so filled with rage. And it creates so much pain in my son, but I don't care. I don't care. I only care about my insect. The insect is called Game Boy. I don't care how much pain he has, how much hurt he has become. I only care about, I have my way, I win. Does it happen to you? I tell you another incident. So you think I'm very nice, right, John? Smiling all the time? My daughter in the car, I think she was about 4 years old, was driving. She started to cry for nothing. What, baby, daughter, cry for nothing? Stupid reason. cannot buy ice cream for her or whatever. I forgot also. I was so angry. I said, "You stop crying. Enough." Do you think they will stop? I said, "Yes, Daddy, sorry." No. They cry more, right? Lagi, louder. I said, "You cry some more louder. I'm going to slap you." Of course, I didn't slap lah. But you cry, do you think you will stop? Did I, right? Louder and louder. I said, "One more time, you cry so loud, I'm going to stop my car." This was 9 o'clock at night. "I'm going to stop my car. I'm going to push you out of the car. I'm going to drive away." You think she stopped crying? Do you think I did stop the car? Yes. She cried so loud. I was so angry. Not like Indonesian, you are very nice people, you're smart. But I was so angry, Singaporean rage, Singaporean anger. I was so angry. I stopped my car. I dragged her out, put in the roadside. I drove away. My wife said, "John, you are crazy. What's wrong with you? You teach people about parenting. What happened to your parenting skill?" It's all in my book about parenting. What's wrong with you? You're mad. You left your 4-year-old daughter outside on the road. It's at night. What will happen to her? He said, "You better go back." I drove 10 minutes. I came back. Fortunately, she was still around, crying. I tell you this story because this is real. When you're so angry, but you are not so angry, you are smiling tiger. You're very nice. Arif think I'm the best father. But you're so angry, you cannot control yourself. And later on in the afternoon, I want to talk to you about how to control your anger. It is easy to talk about conflict. When you are rational, you are not angry, you can. But when you are angry, wow, you become so crazy, right? Do you know Jesus said something very interesting? Matthew chapter 5 again. Love your enemy. Have you heard of that one? Ada tak? Love your enemy. Pray for those who hate you. Do you know who's your enemy or not? Do you know who's your enemy? I'll tell you who's your enemy. Your enemy is your husband or your wife. You know why? Your husband and your wife can say the nicest thing to you, right? Your wife say, "Oh, you're such good, oh, you're so kind, you're so nice, you're so helpful." But they can also say the worst things to you. Correct or not? I can say the nicest things to my wife. I can say, I praise her, I listen to her, but I can say the worst thing because, listen, my friend, the third lesson you must learn, we hurt the most whom we love the most. We love the most if people we hurt the most, and we hurt the ones whom we love the most. Listen, my friend, welcome to the club of loving your enemies, because you better learn how to love your enemy, because your enemy is your spouse. That's why Jesus said, love your enemy. Because you can be the best friend and the worst enemy to your spouse. So are you ready for conflict management and peacemaking? Because you have to deal with yourself, your anger, your hatred, your bitterness, that you have to learn to love. And you know something? The fourth lesson is this, that love does not come from you. Naturally, we will fight, we will be bitter, we will hate, we will be angry. That's you and me. The only one who can give you that kind of love is God Himself. That's what I learned. How can I love my wife for 43 years? She's such an enemy to me. But that's where, like Peter, you caught nothing. You think you're the expert fisherman, you are the expert in conflict, you're the expert in mediation, and then you will realize that you, in your expertise, you can catch nothing. I realize as a conflict expert, I can not manage conflict. So funny, right? And that's where I say, God, then Jesus said, throw the net. And you know what I have to say to God? I've worked damn hard all night, man. I tell you, I tried so hard to manage conflict. I tried so hard to love. I caught nothing. I was useless. But at your word, because you say so, I'll try again. This is the message of redemption, my friend. This is the message of hope, because when you realize that you cannot love and you turn to God and say, God, help me. For goodness sake, help me, because I can't do it myself. I need your love. Only your love can flow through. Then you begin to realize that conflict starts with you, and you turn to God. That's what I learned. Because in and out of ourselves, we want to be bitter, we want to hold up hatred. In fact, we enjoy being hateful. We enjoy hating. We enjoy eating the insect. We don't want to let go. So I'm come here not as someone who is completely whole. I come here as a broken person to tell you, I need God. And the sooner you realize this, the better you are. Ego involved. The more ego involved, the more emotional you become. And ego is what? Pride, right? And the more you want to win. The biggest challenge in conflict management is what? Your emotion of fear and anger. And number 3, we need God. We need God. We need His grace, His love. And the sooner you realize that we can't do it, then you say, God, please help me. I say to you, as an expert in conflict, and many times I have to bow and kneel and say, God, I need you, I need you. I try so hard to love. I try so hard to forgive. I can't. I need your love. Okay. Let's learn. What happens if you don't manage conflict well? You create more conflict by around you, right?
Yeah, like the community is suddenly being impacted as well. And you lose all
the community is affected as well.
Yes, impacted as well because of you having conflict. You lose all other opportunities as well around you, well, as
you
mentioned.
You lose opportunities, right?
Yes, and lastly, you kind of embarrass yourself. So suddenly you have this uninvited attention because of the conflict. that you are into, and yeah, you don't see actually that you're not acting properly, maybe, or because of your ego and your pride.
Yeah. And you can't see yourself, right? And the two crocodiles are waiting. The two crocodiles are waiting to eat you. Yeah? You know what I realized of the Asian way? We always say, since we are fighting, and the reason is we want to keep everything in a home. We don't want to wash our dirty linen in front of everybody, right? But actually everybody knows already. But it's our ego that stops us from getting help. Right? So, the next lesson I want you to learn is number 5, is when you are cannot manage your conflict, you better get help. It's okay to get help. Can we all say that? It's okay to get help. It's okay to get help. Can we say it together? It's okay to get help. It's okay to get help. You see, if I did not get help from my psychiatrist, I'll be sinking into deeper. It's okay. Sometimes it's our pride. We want to save face, muka, we don't want to let people know we are not okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay to get help. It's like when you're sick, you already cancer stage 3 already. You say, no, I don't need help. I can help myself. You can't. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to get help. So don't be shy. Don't say out of face. Sometimes marriage, fight. People come to me when it's too late. It's okay to get help. You cannot talk to each other for a long time. It's okay to get help. Go and see a counselor. Go and see Pa'ari. Go and get someone to get help. If you find your counselor, ask your counselor to get help. Make sense? It's very important. So, or else, everybody were looking around. And the funny thing is, you notice the more people they look around, the more become vicious. Because more muka to save. Alright? The next thing you notice that they are all focusing on the fly. Now, another principle, number 6, in conflict is, write this down. What you focus, you magnify. What you focus, you magnify. They focus on the insect, all you care about is the insect. Sometimes that's what I fight. My daughter, just crying. But it becomes so big, right? It's like the monster, it becomes so big. What you focus, you magnify. My son with a Game Boy, it's just a Game Boy. I'm crazy. It becomes so big. So you have to be careful. What you focus, you magnify. Sometimes I realize this also in many, like for example, today we're talking about Asian parents who are just concerned about grades. Right? Your focus on grade, and they don't care how the child feels. They are sad. The child is very sad and emotionally disconnected. They don't care. I just focus on everything else, and it becomes so big, as though this is the most important thing and the only thing in the world. We become crazy. What you focus, you magnify. The converse is true. If you focus on the good things and the right thing, it also becomes big. But you only focus on the crying of your daughter, you forget about all the good things you magnify. Yes, you and I got problems and issues, but if you focus on the bad things of your husband or your spouse or your wife, that thing become everything. What you focus, you magnify. Okay, last one. If you are the mediator, what do you do?
We have Mr. Romel.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Can I stand up?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Um, uh, Basically, what you've said a while ago are actually things that we all can agree upon. First of which is the spouse or the husband that you have is the one who's going to hurt you the most, because there's only a thin line that separates love from anger. And I can also relate with what you've said about the kid. Like sometimes it's so hard for us to handle our kids, and it doubled the trouble because we are parents, we are also teachers, so we wanted to give them the best discipline that we could give, but it's kind of hard for us. With the question that was actually assigned to us, like looking at it from a perspective where you are the mediator, I believe that problems cannot, or solving problems or solving conflicts do not actually follow a structured pattern, because a conflict with your child is different in solving a conflict with someone else or outsider. I mean, banking onto my experience here in Ichthus, I would say that we have to be reflective.
Reflective.
Yeah, becoming reflective and is one way of, like addressing concerns and recognizing that it takes two to tango. So it cannot be that that person is wrong and I'm right, and the same goes that that person cannot see us as you are wrong and I'm the right. So it's more about understanding that we both are coming from different perspectives. It was also mentioned during our short discussion that one way is actually identifying the problem and making sure that we listen. Because sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, listening will play a vital element. During the time of my not so good days in school, I actually had a first-hand experience of that, and I'm just so happy that leaders such as Mr. Arif and Ms. Jessica were there, and their ears were actually very much willing to listen. And Ms. Jessica in particular actually advised me that at times, you don't just have to say anything. You just have to be quiet. You just have to listen, because the truth of the matter is that we need to understand that at the end of the day, we're colleagues, we're teachers, and we have to do the talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, reflecting is important. Stepping back, I'm going to talk about how to step back later on. When you are emotional, how to step back, right? And sometimes you really need someone, a third party, to give you a fresh perspective. We can share the insect. We don't have to eat the whole insect ourselves, right? You give one part of the insect, you can all share. So we need a different perspective. It's very important. Okay, now let me go on. Let me just summarize 4 key perspectives that are very, very important in conflict. Perspective number 1, conflict is natural. Now, I like this quote. Every individual has an instinct for conflicts, at least all healthy individuals. Conflict is natural. Why is it natural? Tell me, why is it natural? Yeah, we always, but why? Why is it natural to have conflict? Sorry? We are different. Different in what? Huh? What is that? In everything. Different gender, what else? Beliefs, background, training, personality. So many, we are different. So this is natural. This is how God made us. Secondly, The only place that has no conflict is a cemetery. Dead people don't have conflict. So thank God you are alive. If you don't have conflict, that means you are dead. Secondly, conflict is neutral. Okay, very quickly, let me ask you, what comes to your mind when you think of the word conflict? Quickly. Okay. What? We always want to win. Yeah, what else? Argue? Fight. Loud noise. Ibu? Okay, he can't think. You know, when you're in conflict, you can't think. Yeah, what else? What else? Problem. Fight. Discomfort. Remember I asked all those people back row. Disagreement. Fight. Blur. Nothing. Shake leg. Okay. What comes to your mind quickly? Disagreement. Ibu? Smiling. What else? Anything? Do you notice that almost all the words, when you think of the word conflict, is negative? Right? Fight, disagreement, shouting, anger, etc., etc. Let me ask you, if you have a negative perception of conflict, will that affect the way you deal with conflict? Yes. How? Negative, you avoid, you don't want to deal with it, you sweep under the carpet, bukan? So let me say, all this anger, frustration, but let me ask you, can conflict be positive? Yes. Know each other better, what else? Try new food. Yeah? Food, what? How is conflict become positive? Yeah, know each other better. What else? Yeah, discover more. More close. More, yeah. You know, because of my fight with my wife, my children, we become closer. Build chemistry. Have a different perspective. Understand better the situation. More patient. It's about discovering yourself. So listen, my friend. Conflict can be positive. New idea, better, greater self-awareness, deeper relations, creative solution, improved communication. All the good things can happen to you in conflict. So you must not be afraid of conflict. Understand? You must in fact, you should welcome conflict, because only dead people don't have conflict. That means your colleague is alive. Of course, you wish the guy is dead, lah. Oh.
Wait, go back first.
Listen, my friend. Lesson number 7. Conflict will not break up a relationship, is how we manage conflict. That's why now you know why you're here. You want to learn how to manage conflict effectively. Don't be afraid of conflict. But in Asia, we are very scared of conflict. We see it as negative. Oh, susah, we're going to get worse. But come, faced with it. Thirdly, absence of conflict is not a sign of relational health. Sometimes you say, in a team, no conflict. You know, you have a meeting, everybody agrees. I have a mother who said, in my house, there's no conflict. Wow, I said, wow. Scary. Huh? No conflict. I say, how old are your children? 3 and 5 years old. Oh, I see. You are, she said, I'm Empress Dowager. She's the Empress. because you are so king. I said, wait till they become teenager, then you see whether the empress, the wager, the prince will overthrow you. We find comfort among those who agree with us, growth among those who don't agree with us. Growth in yourself, a clearer understanding, growth in your personality. You learn to work together. You grow about yourself. So it's about growth in you and other people. And that's why you have to promote good conflict. Healthy and growing relation must have conflict. That's why we are different. We must welcome. If you want a healthy Ichthus teachers, you must have conflict. But you must learn how to manage it effectively. So don't be afraid. Don't avoid conflict. Talk through it. Okay? What is that? Oh, take picture. Never mind, I send you all the slides. Only if you ask me. If you are nice to me.
Or nice to me.
Okay. Now, this to me is the biggest revelation. Most conflicts are irresolvable. In fact, John Gottman, I quoted him this morning. John Gottman is an expert in marriage. He wrote the book, Why Marriage Succeed or Fail. He said you must have what's the ratio? 5-1. If in a marriage, you want to know whether you're a healthy marriage or not, you must have 5-1 ratio. 5 positivity and 1 negativity. This is a ratio that I watch every day in my home and in my family. Do I have 5 positive moments and 1 negative moment? If I have many negative moments, your marriage will doom to fail. He can predict up to 95% accuracy whether a marriage succeed or fail by looking at your ratio, 5-1. And he said 68% of conflicts are irresolvable. What does that mean? Let me explain. For the first 5 years of my marriage, my wife and I fight over how to pack a suitcase to go for a holiday. For me, packing suitcase is very easy. Dump everything in and we go. But for her, it's not so simple. Everything must be folded. T-shirt folded, shirt must be folded, underwear must be folded properly. And folding got the skill, you know. You must start from the left, then the right, then the bottom. Bukan anyhow fold. I anyhow fold, start again. And then reset, must susah, must be nicely. I said, well, who cares? He said, I care. I said, I don't care. You know, he said, I care, I don't care, I don't want to fight. So for first 5 years of my marriage, every time we go on a holiday, we fight over how to pack a suitcase to go on a vacation. By the time we finish fighting, the vacation is over. my honeymoon, no honey, no moon. Because I'm easygoing, right? And I chose the best place to go for my honeymoon, Hawaii. Hang loose. You know, I remember when I go to Hawaii, the first thing only, while I was going to hang loose, I said, John, what are we going to do today? I said, we just landed. I said, can you wait till we get down the plane first? Then how about tomorrow? I said, we have not even started today. Oh my goodness. What's wrong with you? She said, what's wrong with you? You never plan, Wow. Whole honeymoon, no honey, no moon is fighting about when to go, where to go. So after lunch, where we go, I said, wait lah, I just hang loose anywhere we can go. I remember we were going to the Polynesian village, you know. Wow, nice place. He said, do you know how to go? I said, I don't know. Have you planned? Last time we have the map. Do you look at the map? What map? Oh, you must look at the map. You must take the highway, whatever. You must decide whether it's the coastal way or the main. I said, you decide lah. No, you must plan. Whole way we fight over how to go to Polynesian village. Cannot enjoy Polynesian because you're still fighting. You see, we plan, no plan, you know. Personality, right? I'm a hang loose guy. Wow, I wish I knew how to plan, but I don't know how to plan. The other thing we fight about is all my, you know, I'm a very messy person. Like you see, I left my walking stick in the other South Campus. He asked me where the stick. I said, I don't care. I just had my surgery. I need the stick. How come? Crazy, right? Wow, everything must be planned, organized. So you look at my bag, it's a mess. That's why my children all in a mess. It's okay with me. My wife cannot. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Personality, right? I'm an extrovert. I like to go out and talk to people. After he sent me to hotel, I say, can we talk some more? He said, no, I need to rest. You see? Personality different. How to solve? If you are in my position, 5 years fighting over suitcase, how to solve? How? Can you help me? Huh? Don't go. So be it. That means don't go, is it? So for 5 years, never go for holiday. What else can you do? Come here, help me. I got a problem. Huh? Let her pack. Yeah, she said, you're so smart. Huh? You let me do all the work. Huh? You go home. I cannot scolding also. What do you do? Buy what? So have 2 suitcases. Yeah, you see, the conflict can be resolved. Have 2 suitcases. I have my own. So now, everywhere I go, I have my own, she has her own. She can fold till the cow come home. I don't fold till the cow never come home. Happily ever after. But listen very carefully. To manage, the key is to manage around the conflict. In other words, you can't solve, you can't change me. But we have to find solutions around the conflict. So when you're fighting with your colleague or you're having this, don't try and change the person. We always like to change the person, but we want them to become like me. But you have to think of ways to create options and solutions together. You understand what I'm saying? So you must move from gridlock to dialogue. Lesson number 8. From gridlock to dialogue. So, of course, the easiest way is to have 2 suitcases. The suitcase solution, 2 suitcase solution is something we can live with but not happy with. This is very important. Lesson number 8. Is something we can live with. Am I happy? No. Is she happy? No. She still wants my suitcase to be packed properly. Am I happy with my suitcase? Yes. But I'm not happy with her insisting her way. You understand what I mean? I can live with it. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you, you must choose your fight. Don't fight over every fight. Some parents like to fight over every fight with their children. Where to eat, what to eat, how to eat, who you eat with, when you should eat, how many times you should eat. Everything they want to fight. No wonder children get mad living with you. We fight over everything. When to study, how to study. I was like that. My sons, somebody saying, giving tuition to your son is the worst. It's me. I don't like the way he looked at the book. Cross the leg. Sit properly. You forget about teaching the son. You're more concerned about many other things. Choose your fight. It's not worth fighting. What is more important? Holiday lah. Bukan luggage lah. You have to choose your fight. You must choose your fight. So, manage around the conflict. So I thought my conflict was over. 2 years ago, we decided to have one suitcase to go to Chiang Rai. Third World War happened. Now we are back to 2 suitcases. After 43 years of marriage, I cannot change. Understand? Okay, any questions so far before, what time do I finish? I talked too much already, I think. So, oops, sorry. Yeah? Okay, very quickly, because I want to talk about the brain, very important, right? I promise you, right? What time do I have?
30 minutes.
Huh?
30 minutes.
Oh yeah, susah, no time. Okay, never mind. I told you, right? Bank Danamon employees have no conflict. But I dug a bit more. I said, really? If you're angry with your manager in the bank, what do? They tell me, go slow. Besok. When are you going to finish your work? Besok. But besok is not tomorrow. Besok means sometime in the foreseeable future. They frustrate the manager. When are you going to finish? Besok. Tomorrow you ask them, I thought it was besok. Yeah, besok lagi. Lagi besok. Never come. Then you're angry. So you do yourself. So they solve the problem. Secondly, ninja attack. Wow, Asian, very good. Blind CC to Jonathan, blind CC to Supano about this manager. Then suddenly, Supano will call, hey, what happened? What happened? You didn't, I got blind CC from your staff. Where does it come from? I ninja attack. Anonymous email. Right? Third one, this is very Asian. Erupting volcano. Bottle up emotion. Come to this kind of seminar, smile, but inside, wow. Very angry already. Wow, boiling inside. And then we ask Ibu, can you work with Ibu Tina? Don't mention Tina's name. Don't mention. What happened? Have you had this erupting volcano? Don't mention uncle's name. I never live with my third uncle. Never visit him Chinese New Year or Hari Raya, whatever. Ramadan. Don't. All inside. That's what happened. Smiling. I like this one. Everything is fine. Wow. Everything is fine. But everything is not fine. When people tell me everything is fine, you better worry. Because they want to observe, they don't want to tell you the truth. They want to tell you what I call artificial harmony, right? Everything is fine, don't worry. I'll do it. But they never do. And then you say, hey, what happened? No, everything is fine, don't worry. All taken care of. But all swept under the carpet, right? Sweeping under the carpet. They say, I work in Philippines. Some, I don't know where you know. I work. Huh? Oh, there are some Filipino. It's okay. Because I love the Philippines. Who are the Filipinos here? Okay. I love Filipino, by the way. I love Filipino. Okay. I tell you what. You see, Filipino, what is most important, I realize what? Family and friends. I work with Singapore Airlines, Philippines. This is a real story, okay? So, with the Singapore Airline, we had a big problem with the aircraft. So we find out, hey, actually, the problem they know already, but everything is swept under the carpet. So we asked the Filipino, hey, why don't, you know this is wrong, you shouldn't do this, why don't you tell your superior? They cannot. My superior is my friend. I cannot, he's my friend. I preserve the relationship. Right? Huh? Then they say, oh, another one is, oh, this is a buddy, my brother. Cannot tell. You never tell your, especially older brother, what's wrong. Oh, then I said, so I think how to solve this problem, right? Because friendship comes first, family comes first, problem never mind. So you know what you know what we had to do? We created a safety program to tell them that it is for your friends and family why safety is important. If you don't tell this thing happen, if something happened to your supervisor, hand got chopped off or whatever, you really careful, you better tell him. So you have to put safety in the light of family and friendship. Make sense? So that, because they understand, they think that by not telling is preserving the friendship. But I say, by not telling, you're killing the friendship in the family. Huh? You understand? So my point is, you have to find solution, creative solution, that will make sense to the people. And then after that, there's riot, mutiny on the rise. Then there's, this one, wow, like you, Susa, stepping behind my back. Oh, they're very nice to you, but behind they say all kinds of things about you. Smiling tiger, hidden bear. I like this one. I'd rather have an enemy who slaps me on the face than a friend who stabs me in the back. So these are the Asian way. By the way, you go to all the conflict book, they never teach you all this. This is how I learned from working in Bank Danamon. I asked them, hey, what do you do? Yeah, very nice to my boss. But I go, the car park, I puncture the tire. No, these are all stories. It's all in my book, Smiling Tiger. So what I wrote in the Smiling Tiger Hidden Game is all from the story from Indonesia, from Thailand, also Susa. The other one I couldn't care less. You know why? Actually, these people have tried to solve the problem. They try to give feedback to the boss. But the boss never listened. Give up. I couldn't care anymore. Because they don't take it seriously, right? They become indifferent. And their philosophy is, you know what's the difference between ignorance and indifference? I don't know and I don't care. Some of you are sleeping already. You don't know what I'm talking about. What's the difference between ignorance and indifference? I don't know and I don't care. And many people working in the company is, I don't want to know and I don't want to care. That's another approach, right? Asian way. Okay, so now how? These are the 8 Asian style. Okay, let me, just for fun, if you don't mind, just for fun. Okay, now I want everyone to vote. To choose two, because this is Ichthus, right? We want to know, right? Feedback. Choose two that are most common in Ichthus. Okay, wait. Choose two only, Dino, help me count this side. Else, Ari, count this side. You count this side, okay? Then we add up, You must choose two only that happens to you quite often in Ichthus. Bisa? Just to see lah. Then we calculate the number, okay? Okay, who say number one? Lift up your hand. How many say number one? Oh, don't have. Okay. Besok, no, Number two, ada kah? No, must lift up. Don't be shy. Yeah, it's okay. Number one, ada kah? You choose two only, Only 2 votes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many? 2, 5. Okay, 2 and 3, 5, correct? Okay, 5. 3 and 2. Okay, number 2. Ninja attack. Anonymous email. How many? Okay, 1. Number 3. Erupting volcano. Imploding emotion. You hide inside and suddenly explode. How many? Raise your hand. It's okay. 1. 1. Okay, 1. It's okay. You know, we want to open up, right? Or else you hide inside and wait tomorrow you explode at me. Number 4. Everything is fine. You count this side. Raise your hand high, please. Raise your hand up. How many? Wait, raise your hand. Don't put down. Dino got blur already. You better put up your hand until we finish counting. Okay, how many here? 23 plus 9, 32. Next one, sweeping under the carpet. How many? That one I want. Smiling tiger, hidden dragon, stepping behind the back. One, Ada satu? 1, okay. Next one, mutiny on the rise, mass resignation. Not yet lah, no, not yet. Don't have, Don't have? No, Last one, I couldn't care less. I don't know and I don't care. I don't know. Hey, put 2 only, 2. Hey, count already. 4. This one. Then raise your hand high lah, because you come. Hello, hey, Filipino guy, yeah. Okay, so the most number is which one? Everything is fine. And then the other one? I don't know and I don't care. Okay, I don't know what I should do. Should I talk about the brain or should I ask you to discuss this question? Maybe you can take this up in your school, Yeah. Okay, I will tell you how you should discuss this, okay? Ibu, you can think of it, Imelda. What you should do is, you can divide into small group, maybe group of 6 or 8 in one group, and discuss what are the 3 contributing factors to this situation. Why is it that people say everything is fine? Write down, what are the 3 contributing factors to this attitude? Everything is fine and what is the other one? And couldn't care less. Okay, you understand? What are the 3 contributing factors? You can take it to discuss in your teachers, and this will be very helpful. The second thing is, the second question you should ask is, what can you do, what practical step can you take to change this? What practical steps can you take to change this? Everything is fine approach. Okay? Imelda? Okay, I leave it to you. Yeah, I need more time. So I don't want to take, but this is a good exercise. And then you can go down to the other attitude. So choose 2 first, then you can go to the 3rd and the 4th polling, okay? Bisa, everybody cooperate? Let me say something before I go on to the next segment. Okay, this is what I want to spend time with. Okay, wait. Remember I told you, I promised you, right? What did you do with emotions? Do you need to go for a toilet break? Do you need? Okay, can I go on? Better go on, because Ari is going to sleep already if you don't go on. Now, this is a very short video clip. Okay? It's only 2 minutes, so I want you to listen carefully, and I want you to answer the question. This side, or this side. What happened to the 2 ladies? What happened to the 2 ladies? What happened to the 2 ladies? This group will discuss, if you are one of the 2 ladies in the situation, what can you do to stop escalating the conflict? Okay? Can I make sure you have? What is your question? What happened to the 2 ladies? Basically, they went crazy, okay? This one is, if you are one of the 2 ladies, okay, what can you do to stop it from escalating? Are you ready? This is another fun one.
Excuse me. I know you didn't think anyone would catch you, but you just slammed your door into my car. The least you can do is say you're sorry, lady.
You don't have to take that tone. It's not like I'm hurting your resale value.
I'm sorry. See? Like that. just lost control of myself. It was like an out-of-body experience, and I was there watching this woman go insane.
Okay, so let's answer the question. What in the world happened? 5 minutes. If you are one of the ladies in the car, how do you stop it from escalating? 5 minutes, quick, discuss among yourself in a small group, just sit down and walk around. Your personal experience. Yeah, but I know, yes. So stupid, right? And you get angry, right? You discuss yourself, yeah.
Very good.
More real, huh? Huh? So you want to buy, is it? Come to Singapore. Okay. Wow. Is this real? It can be real. Sometimes you can go crazy. So real, huh? He said yeah. I have people knock on my car, they never sorry, you get more angry, they argue with you. Wow, I want to bring them to court, I want to fight, I want to don't let go, right? I want to teach them a lesson. Okay, what happened? So what happened?
It's about the ego.
It's about ego, what about?
Ego, because they want to, the person want to.
So we must learn to let the ego. Let the ego. But how? How? Okay, what happened? Come on, what other happened? To the two ladies, what happened? What happened to them? They thought they are correct. They are not wrong, right? Just apologize. They want to apologize, and the person purposely show you how to apologize, knock the car. They all believe they are correct. That's why very difficult to let go, because I'm correct. How can I let go? I can't to apologize. Not that I'm hurting the resale value. What else? Sorry? Revenge is non-stop. See many countries? You hurt me, I hurt you. You know, I've been involved in many divorce mediation. You talk to the husband, you know, ask the husband to pay for alimony, to pay for the money, 1,500. She said, I want 3,000. Well, this poor guy only earning 5,000. I don't care, I just want 3,000. He said, even if I don't get the money, I want to make sure you are bankrupt. It's real. So I see this quite often in mediation. They're so angry. I just want to kill you. Even though I don't get anything, I want to make sure you don't. Your life is miserable, correct. What else? Why? What happened to the ladies? They lost control. How come? Cannot think straight already. Clouded judgment. Why? Emotion. So angry, right? Have you ever been so angry like I had with my son, with my wife, with my daughter, that you lost control? You lost your complete sense of reality. Huh? They enjoy fighting. You know, that's the frightening part. No, they, you know, listen. He has a very good point. The lady was smiling, right? They enjoy fighting. When you are so angry, you enjoy killing the other person. That's why you have people who enjoy killing. This is real. You enjoy hurting the other person. They have no sense of the hurt of the other person. They are so, wow. That's what emotion does for you. They enjoy fighting. When you are in that state, you enjoy fighting. Okay, now, what in the world can you do if you are two ladies? You enjoy fighting. You have an answer? What do you do? Oh, wait. Yeah, you just say sorry, but so difficult to come out, right, the words. Can you say sorry to your husband? When the husband says something to you, you can't say sorry. Same answer. What else do you do? Come on. If you're in the car, how? Sorry?
Indirectly go.
Huh?
Directly go.
Directly go where? Run away. Get out of the situation, right? Yeah, you get out of the situation because you can't control yourself. Okay, let me just share with you as I close this session. I want to share with you the 5 levels of conflict. It is in my course, remember? This is what I want to tell you about conflict management. Level 1, all conflicts, listen, all conflicts begin with a problem to be solved. Right? Two people fighting is about a problem. The 2 chameleons fighting, what was the problem to be solved? One insect, both are hungry. There's only one insect, limited resource. What was the problem to be solved in the two ladies? What was the problem to be solved? Sorry, apology, maybe pay the damage, correct? Yes. Not interested in that. Level 1. Level 2 is when you have disagreement how the problem to be solved. One want to ask to be apologized, the other one say, I didn't hurt your resale value, no problem. There's a disagreement with the problem, with understanding who's the problem. They don't accept that I am the problem. It's just a small matter, it's just a dent. Why you want me to apologize for what? Disagreement, correct? In any problem, you have a disagreement. No, I want it this way, I want it the other way. No agreement. Level 2. Do you see that? What is level 3? Level 3 is contest, or what we call personal attack. Personal attack is, I'm right. At first there's a disagreement. I'm the right one. You're wrong. You should apologize. And not only that, I want you to know that you are wrong. I want you to tell the whole world you're wrong. Write a letter to everybody. Publicize in my email. Apologize to John. I want you to know that I'm right. Tell the whole world that John is right, I'm wrong. That's personal attack. You are wrong, I'm right. You see, personal attack. And what is the goal? The goal is to win, not to manage the conflict. I want to win. I want to get an insect. I want you to apologize. If you don't apologize, you are in the wrong. And make sure that you apologize. You understand? Level 3. And the language is personal attack. You are so stupid, you know. How can you say this? How come you don't apologize? You are so proud. You're so egoistic. Do you hear people like that? It's personal attack already. You don't care about the company. You don't care about Ichthus. You don't love Ichthus. Personal attack. It was begin with a problem to be solved. Do you see how it escalated? Level 4. I tell you what, I'm going to tell the principal. I'm going to tell the whole department that you are wrong. You see, I talked to my friends. All my friends in Ichthus say you are wrong. The other guy says, I also talked to department head. They also say you are wrong. So it become a group, everybody take. And the number 4 now is not about personal no more. It's about justice. It's about fairness. It becomes what we call fighting over value. You're unfair, the way you treat me. You see? So it's not more about apology anymore. It's not about attack. Actually, you are so evil. It's not about, hey, I have nothing, some people say, it's nothing personal anymore. It's about justice. It's about fairness. They raise the bar from personal attack to values. You don't care. You don't love. You are unfair. You are unjust. You understand? That's level 4. Language is ideological. Ideological. Wow, what is level 5? I will make sure you can never be employed by any school anymore. I'll tell the whole world, Arif is the worst person in not only Ichthus, but in the whole education institution. I'll write to everybody, every principal that I know about Arif. Because this morning when I greeted him, he did not greet me. You see, a simple thing, right? Don't you see what's happening to the world? What happened to marriages? It's not my husband anymore. It's about something else. He doesn't care for family. He doesn't love the family, etc., etc. You understand? Take this picture. The question already taken. When do you get help? That's the question. When do you get help? To find someone to help you. Because when you come to level 4, it's too late. You don't listen anymore. You think you are all right. Because you already told everybody, and everybody knows already. You don't want to lose face. Don't want Muke, I already told you, how can I tell everybody I'm wrong? You get help when you move from level 3 to level 4. This is when you get a third party. You can't solve it yourself. Listen, if your marriage is the 5 to 1, you're at level 4 all the time, you need help. For yourself, for me, a psychiatrist, therapist, whatever it is. This is very important chart. And as leaders, you 2 kids fighting, if it's level 4, if 2 parents fighting level 4, you there better get help. Understand? Okay. Now, remember I went to see a psychiatrist? This was a picture 16 years ago, and I'm going to talk to you about the brain. Can I try and stand up here? Can I stand? Whoa! I'm taking a big risk. Everybody stand. Everybody hold 4 fingers, the thumb inside, close it. Imagine this is your brain. Okay, this is your brain. You see the brain? From the back to the front. This is called the frontal cortex. Can you see that? Can you lift up your 2 fingers? The 2 fingers. This is called the middle finger, sorry, 2 middle finger. It's called the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is where all the rational thinking takes place. Understand? The prefrontal cortex have 4 functions. Listen very carefully, have 4 functions. Number 1 function, you do planning. You know how to plan. Plan the schedule, plan to pick me up. Number 2, priorities. When to take me for lunch, make sure John is fed, then I can come and teach. No food, no class. Priority. Number 3, you are aware of the consequences of your action. If I don't eat, cannot teach. If I don't come, I will not learn. You understand? You are aware of the consequences. And I'm being watched by Jonathan if I don't come for class. Number 4, no impulse control. Third one, no impulse control. So let me tell you this. Many of you are dealing with teenagers and kids. The prefrontal cortex is fully grown at the age of 21. That was 3 years ago. Today, at the age of 23, only the prefrontal cortex has fully grown. In other words, when you teach your kids, your parents, do they don't know how, the teenager, do they plan? No. They don't know how to plan. Do they prioritize? You tell them, study first, play later. What do? They play first and never study. Do they have impulse control? No. What they want, they cry, Mommy, I want it now. I want my toy now. They go to Toys R Us, they go to McDonald's, they want to eat this now. They have no impulse control. Impulse control has nothing to do with chronological age. You send the women to the mall, they also have no impulse control. Whatever they see, they want to buy. Okay? Same, You send them to Shopee, online booking, they also want to buy. Everything they want to buy. No impulse control. No, I'm just kidding you. Number 4, they have no awareness of the consequences. You tell your son, if you don't study, you'll fail the exam, you will not get a good job, you'll not have a good pay. Tabisa. They don't know what you're talking about. They have no consequences of their action. Now you know why you have difficulty managing teenagers, because the prefrontal cortex have not grown. Okay, now I want to show you the amygdala. Go back to your brain. What is the back from the front is called what? Frontal cortex. The 2 finger, what are 2 finger called? Prefrontal cortex. Open up. You see this? Your thumbnail? This is the amygdala. The amygdala is an almond shape. This is the first part of the brain, or what they call the reptilian part of the brain. This is the first part of the brain that your baby has. The baby doesn't have the prefrontal cortex. You understand? They only have the amygdala. The amygdala, listen very carefully, is triggered by fear and anger. That's why when a baby senses fear, uncertainty, they cry. When they are afraid or they are angry, they cannot get what they cry. That is the reaction. The amygdala has 4 functions: fight, flight, freeze, and faint. What do I mean? When a hive of bees come and attack me now, what do? I fight. I don't use my prefrontal cortex. Which bee should I fight first? Should I use my left hand or my right hand? Can I find a queen bee? No, right? You fight. You understand? You don't think. This is not how we are made to react. Out of fear. If there's a big fire coming into this auditorium, thank God it won't happen. But if it comes, do I say, ladies and gentlemen, we have John our special guest from Singapore. He will go first, especially after his spinal surgery. He'll walk slowly to the front. Let him go first. We respect him a lot. Then followed by our two ladies, Imelda and Srini. And Lo, go first. All principals go first, followed by the elderly, and then young people. Do you do that? No. You rush off, you leave me to die in the of faint. Okay? This is what happened. Now, this is the most important part. What does it say? Remember 100. Correct? Oh yeah. See? Okay, so I want you to do this. Remember 5 to 1 principle? The other number that I want you to remember is 100. And listen very carefully, my friends. When your heartbeat goes beyond 100, amygdala hijack takes place. You can't control your emotions. You fight, flight, freeze, or faint. That was what happened to the two ladies. They can't control themselves. Why? The amygdala activate the heart. Do you see that? Now, Arif, you can help me, bring me down. Okay, now you can sit down. So what happened? So the amygdala is triggered by memory. Today, you like me so much, you are smiling, it goes to the rational prefrontal cortex. But if you see somebody that you don't like shouting at you, so what happened? You go to the amygdala, the short circuit where amygdala, you react. Sometimes you see somebody you don't like, oh, you get angry. Right? Triggered by memory. And then it will activate. Huh? Oh, point that side. Oh, okay, finish. Okay, anyway, it activates the brain. I think there's some more slides. You can check. They activate the heart, the heartbeat. That's why your heartbeat goes faster. Your blood pressure goes up. You understand? That's because of the amygdala is connected to the heart. Okay. Now, let's try it. Okay? Oh. Okay, see? The heartbeat, right? Okay? So this is, how do I know this is true? If you want to do the research, it's Institute of Heart Math. Go and study it. Institute of Heart Math, H-E-A-R-T, Heart Math, and you get all this, okay? So now I want to conclude with this. What if you are the lady there? I call it the grow principle. When you are in the fight, when you are fighting, you are very angry, you cannot control yourself. Number one, go to the balcony, but please don't jump. Go to the balcony means you go out of the situation, you don't come back. Take 20 minutes. When I was so angry, I should be getting out of the car, not my daughter. Understand? For 20 minutes. Why 20 minutes? Because before 20 minutes you're thinking, wow, I'm so angry. You have this negative self-talk. Secondly, after 20 minutes, oh, by the way, I must tell you this. What do you do in 20 minutes? Okay, and last exercise. Can everybody stand? I want to teach you how to breathe. The counseling, I'm sure you know, those who are counselors, put your hands on your abdomen. When you breathe in and breathe out, you can feel it moving up and down. Okay, ready? Let's breathe in, count to 10. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in again. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. If you do this 20 times, your heartbeat will go down at least 15 to 20%. You see, you cannot control the amygdala. The only thing you can control is your heartbeat. Only when